A lot of young Jamaicans are taking steps to own their own home now more than ever before. However, a lot of them have experienced roadblocks as it relates to applying for NHT scheme houses. Some of them have been speaking up about it, as the NHT has a point system that actually favors persons who are older and have been contributing for at least, say, 20 years. That is what I'm going to be speaking on in this week's video. I know this seems like a huge problem, but I also have 5 solutions for you towards the end of the video. So this video is going to be a good one. You definitely need to get something nice to drink, share it with a friend, and keep watching. Welcome back, future millionaires, and thank you so much for staying. So as I was saying earlier, the NHT actually favors older applicants, people who are over 40 or who have contributed for at least 20 years. They have not kept this a secret, but you know, Jamaicans don't really like to read, and so sometimes you're unaware of things because of that main factor. Quite a few young persons have been complaining via social media, traditional media. Some of them have been writing letters to the editor about the issue of them applying for NHT properties but not being successful. So I'm going to explain to you. Let me firstly use a salary as an example. Say you have been working for 10 years and you've been contributing to the NHT for all of those 10 years. So you earn, let's say, 150,000 Jamaican dollars per month after all your deductions are made. Then if you have no loans, you'd qualify for approximately $9.2 million from your commercial bank. So when you add that $9.2 million to your $6.5 million from the NHT, that's approximately $15.7 million. So you see an NHT property for $12 million and you say to yourself, yes, I'm qualified for $15.7 million, so I can apply for this property because I'll definitely get through. So you go ahead, you apply, and you are not selected. So you are now left wondering, why am I not being selected when I have qualified for more money than this property costs? Based on the calculation where we said that the person qualifies for a total of $15.7 million, it's quite feasible to think that if they applied for an NHT scheme house that is less expensive than the amount that they qualify for, it would be feasible to think that they'll definitely get through for the house if they apply, right? Wrong. The NHT uses a point system. So, although you might qualify for more than the cost of the house as it relates to 1, your NHT amount, and 2, the amount that you qualify for from your financial institution, it's important that you also meet the point requirement. So that is what I need to explain to you so you can find out why it is that you are not getting through when you apply for NHT scheme houses. So as I said before, you definitely need to understand the point system. So annually, after every 52 weeks is a year, you are given 20 points by the NHT, considering that your contributions are up to date. So you can do simple math to find out why it is that you're not getting through. With the last 3 NHT scheme properties that were advertised and applications welcome, and I'm speaking specifically now about the Twickenham Glades, Moneymus Country Estate, and Windcrest Hill, the points that you needed was at least 400. So remember, I said before, you get 20 points every 52 weeks. So if the person in the example who qualifies for $15.7 million has only been working for 10 years, let's do the math together. How many points would they actually have? So remember I said every 52 weeks you get 20 points. So this person in the example would have approximately 200 points, which means that although they qualify for a higher loan amount than even the cost of the property, they still would not qualify for those NHT schemes because they have not gotten to the point amount. So that's the first solution to your problem. And I'm sure a lot of you are saying, oh my God, but I'm doomed then if this is the case, because maybe you have not even been working for 10 years. But not to fear, I have lots of solutions for you. So a lot of you who are under 40 years old applied for Twickenham Glades, Monmouth Country Estate, and the Windcrest Hill property. And when the list came out with the names of persons who were successful, your name was not on the list. And I'm sure you felt a little bit dismayed. But when I checked the list, firstly, persons who were applying for those property should have had at least 400 points. So when I checked the list though, from the smallest amount to the greatest point, persons were there with from 490 something points up to 700 and odd points. So you know that's a way older individual. However, you can still buy properties, but I have at least 5 solutions for you instead of applying for NHT scheme houses, especially if you have under 400 points. All right, so you applied for the NHT scheme house, you were turned down, you never get through. All right, let's talk about other options that you have. Firstly, you need to reduce debt. I say it almost every day on this channel. Getting out of debt is something all of my subscribers need to focus on. You have to get out of debt. But why do you need to get out of debt if you want to purchase a house? Remember, when the bank is deciding to give you a loan, they are looking at how feasible it is that you're going to be able to repay the loan. The more loans you have, the feasibility of you being able to pay it decreases exponentially. So when you have no loans, the bank will, favor you for giving you a mortgage. So you need to reduce your debt. I have done several videos and I've gone in depth on how you can reduce your debt. So I link one here. If you are that person, you need to watch this. So pause this video, click here, watch it, and come back. Secondly, you need to look into buying on the open market. Not all of us can own houses in NHT schemes. And I know some of you want to own a house in an NHT scheme because first of all, these are brand new properties. Secondly, the NHT normally offers 100% finances on their scheme houses. But all of we now can live in an NHT scheme house. So guess what? You might have to look into buying on the open market. So instead of just waiting on the NHT to put a new scheme on their website, start buying your regular Saturday and Sunday gleaner and start checking around for properties. Thirdly, for my young married friends, you actually have a little advantage here. So you can join your points with your partner to purchase a property so that you can fulfill the points part of the NHT qualification process. So for example, say the example that I've been using from the beginning of the video with the person who qualifies for 15.7 million. Say person A qualifies for that amount and their husband also qualify for the same amount and they have both been working for 10 years. Then that means that they would have approximately 400 points. Voila, you now qualify for the points aspect of the NHT scheme properties. And if you notice, I keep saying approximately for the figures, and you might be wondering, why is it approximately? Is it definitely 200 points or not? I keep saying approximately because lower income earners are given the opportunity to actually gain more points. So if you're earning, say, $70,000 per month, the NHT will bump you up on the point scale just to improve your chances of owning a property. The fourth way is by using parent assist. Some of you have parents who have contributed to the NHT for years. However, they have not benefited because they probably build their own home, or they had a house, or they did not buy a house for whatever reason. So there are two types of parent assist: parent assist 1 and parent assist 2. So you might have 200 points, but your mom or dad might have 800 points. So if you add that 800 to your 200, that's 1,000 points. You will definitely qualify. So think about using parent assist. And finally, some of us really need to consider building instead of buying a house. I've also done a video on that, and the NHT actually assists also with building a house. I'm going to link it right here so that you can watch it if you are interested in building a house, just to see how the NHT will assist. I'm so glad that I got an opportunity to ventilate this matter. I've really wanted to speak on it for a while now. So if you are a young person and you have been applying for NHT scheme houses but you have not been successful, I just explained to you why. Other persons have been experiencing the same issue, so share the video with them. Don't be selfish now, and let them know what the problem was. I hope this video was helpful, and I can imagine you have questions, comments, concerns, queries. So guess what? I'm waiting on you down in the comment section to answer all your questions. Thank you so much for watching, Future Millionaires, and until next time,